Hi, in this quick presentation, we are going to talk a little bit more about writing about math. One of the things that makes our Florida Virtual School math classes a little different is that in our courses, you are going to have to write about the math that you're doing. Every once in a while, we will have an essay question or a longer question where you not only have to provide your answer, but you have to write about what that answer represents and show your work. So, this presentation is to go over a few tips and tricks on how to make that happen and avoid those academic integrity issues. So, let's wham, write about math. We become better mathematicians by talking and writing about the math we're doing. When we can explain what it is that our answers represent and how we arrived at our answers to others, it means that we truly understand the math that we're doing. So, some quick do's and don'ts. When we are solving a math problem, one of those essay questions where we have to write about math, we do want to solve the problem, explain our solution using mathematical terms, and justify or check our answers, our solutions. We don't want to use any outside sources. We don't want to copy and paste or look up answers because we want to be able to explain our answers and our thinking in our own words. We don't want to include just the numbers, and we don't want to make assumptions about the reader. You don't want to assume that just because the person reading your answers is a math teacher, that they understand exactly what you did or that they understand what your answer represents. We want to hear your explanations, we want to see your thinking, and we want to give you feedback and help you better understand the math that you're doing. All right, so here's a quick example. So the question is the total cost of a field trip is $1,736 for 28 students. What is the cost per student? Student A put 62. Student B wrote that the cost per student would be $62. I know this because $62 times 28 equals 1,736. So which student do you feel provided a better answer? If you said student B, I would agree. While both students' answers are mathematically correct, both of them got the correct answer of 62. Student A, their response of 62, I could assume they mean 62 students. I could assume they mean $62, but I don't know what that 62 represents. It could be 62 cats, 62 candy bars. I just don't know. But reading student B's answer, it is very clear what that answer represents. Student B told me that it represents the $62 as the cost per student. And student B even went further to justify and show me how they knew their answer was correct. So that's what we want to be able to do. We want to be able to write about math in a way that justifies and explains our answers. So, how to wham, how to write about math. We're going to use three simple steps. First, we're going to solve. We're going to carefully read through and solve the problem using the processes and strategies learned in the lesson. Next, we're going to explain. We're going to write a full sentence to explain to the reader what our answer means. And last, we're going to justify. We're going to include a second sentence that justifies or proves how we know our answer is correct. So let's go through that step by step with a practice problem. This problem is an example out of lesson 1.06. So if you're not familiar with this, you may not have gotten to that lesson yet, but if you have completed 1.06, this type of question should look familiar. So our question is that a bakery has a batch of cookie dough that weighs 25.5 ounces. They use a 1 2/3 ounce scoop of dough for each cookie. We want to know how many cookies they can make. So step one is to solve. We're going to solve the problem by carefully reading the question, thinking about the processes and strategies we learned in the lesson, and showing our work. So our answer, I know from lesson 1.06 from this lesson that this is going to be a division problem, that I'm going to need to determine my total and the amount I'm dividing by. In this case, the total is the number of ounces of cookie dough that we have. So the 25.5 ounces that we're starting with. And the amount I need for each cookie, each individual cookie, is 1 2/3 of an ounce. So that means that I'm going to divide 25.5 by 1 2/3. Once I've figured out that that is the problem I'm trying to solve, I'm going to go step by step using the processes that I learned in the lesson. First, I need to rewrite each of these as an improper fraction. So 25 1/2 becomes 51.5 or 51 halves. And then 1 2/3 becomes 5/3. Then I'm going to use our division of fractions algorithm. An algorithm is a math process we can use to solve a certain type of problem. And in this case, I'm going to use keep, change, flip, or keep, change, reciprocal to divide. So I'm going to keep the first fraction exactly the same, 51/2, or 51 halves. I'm going to change my sign from division to multiplication, and I'm going to find the reciprocal of my second fraction. So 5/3 will become 3/5. Then I'm going to multiply straight across. 51 times 3 gives me 153 as my numerator, and 2 times 5 gives me 10 as my denominator. My last step is to simplify, and that would give me a mixed number of 15 3/10. So far, we have solved our problem, and we found our answer of 15 3/10. Our next step is to explain what that answer means. And if you're having a hard time figuring out what that answer means, go back and read the question that you were asked. So the question asks us, how many cookies can we make? So that's what my answer represents. The answer is 15 3/10, which means that the bakery can make 15 whole cookies and then 3/10 of a cookie from this batch of dough. And last, we're going to justify. We're going to prove that our solution is correct. So how do we know? Well, I can go back and prove that my answer is correct because if I multiply the 15 3/10 of a cookie that I got by 1 2/3, the number of ounces in each cookie, I get 25.5 ounces, which proves that 15 3/10 of a cookie that are each 1 2/3 of an ounce are equal to 25.5 ounces of batter. So to put that all together, our initial question was that a bakery has a batch of cookie dough that weighs 25.5 ounces. They use a 1 2/3 ounce scoop of dough for each cookie. How many cookies can they make? Here's how I would write my answer on my test. First, I'm going to solve and I'm going to show my work. So I've written out my work to solve and have my answer at the end. Next, I'm going to explain. I'm going to write a sentence explaining my answer. So the bakery can make 15 whole cookies and 3/10 of a cookie from this batch of cookie dough. That's my answer. And then I'm going to justify. I can prove that my answer is correct because 15 3/10 times 1 2/3 is equal to 25.5. So if you are having trouble thinking about how to explain your answer once you've solved, you can use some of these awesome sentence starters to think about explaining your answer, explaining how you solved, or justifying how you know your answer is correct. So, for example, I solved this problem by the strategy I used was a different strategy you could use is I can check my answer by I know my answer is correct because the key words that helped me were, or I knew to blank because blank. So you can always look up, there are tons of these awesome sentence starters, and I have no problem if you want to look up a sentence starter to help you come up with what you need to say. But you need to fill in those blanks with your own words. You need to explain your answer using your own words there. All right. So, in conclusion, how to weigh in. Remember, for every math essay question, we're going to follow these 3 steps. You are going to solve, explain, and justify. Solve the problem and show your work, explain what your answer represents, and justify or prove that your answer is correct. If you get stuck and you're not sure how to answer a question, or you're not sure how to explain or justify your answer, reach out to your teacher for help. As Albert Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. And I'm going to add the word yet. Reach out to your teacher for help if you need help explaining, because as long as we can help you explain those answers, you can prove that you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. I hope this helps, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.